All right, Delano Las Vegas. This is Mandalay Bay's sister property. And it's cooler, it's quieter, it's calmer, it's more upscale, it's more luxurious, it's more modern. And although it lacks the restaurants, the bars, the nightlife, the casino, and really some of the excitement that Mandalay Bay has, this is still one of my favorite spots in all of Vegas. And I'm about to show you why. This is Coolest Luxury Hotels, Delano Las Vegas. All right, the Delano at Mandalay Bay. There are two towers, Delano and Mandalay Bay here on campus. I prefer Delano because it's a bit more modern, a bit more upscale, a bit more luxurious, and a little cooler. I just think overall it's the better experience. It's a bit more quiet and a bit more reserved than the other tower over at Mandalay Bay. So when I book, I usually book here. At one time, the Delano offered the largest standard suite in Vegas. Fun fact, you might have thought it was Palazzo, you maybe would have thought it was Wynn, but it was Delano at 720 square feet. I'm not sure if that fact is still true, but for a 4.5 star hotel to offer the largest standard suite in Vegas, that is a phenomenal value. Okay, so this is a Delano Scenic Suite. Lot of floor to ceiling glass in here, some separated rooms. I'm gonna do a very quick initial room rundown. If you're looking for more information on this room, I'm gonna do an extended room tour in a separate video, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. So this is a pretty amazing view from the bedroom with the floor to ceiling glass overlooking the strip. I can see why they call it the Delano Scenic Suite. There is your master bathroom there. That is looking pretty opulent. But let's just start out here very quickly. Floor to ceiling glass over there as well allows the maximum amount of light to penetrate the room. You do have a guest bathroom right here. Pretty no nonsense, pretty no frills. Chase couch over here. TV is a little weirdly positioned on the wall. You do have a desk right here if you want to get some work done. This does not pull out into a sleeper, but you could easily sleep one person on that if you wanted to. Wet bar if you want to make your own cocktails, and of course the mini bar is right in here, fully stocked. And then making our way into the master bedroom and master bathroom. I've never really seen a view like this in Vegas. I've had corner suites before, I've had penthouse suites before, but I've never really seen like a corner view like this with the floor to ceiling glass. So I'm interested to see what this is gonna be like. Kind of a cloudy day here in Vegas, but still a beautiful view of the strip nonetheless. We'll jump on that bed in a second. Let's move on to the master bathroom. Separated toilet room right here. TV in here. Huge dual vanity. I love that glass right there with the impregnated ring around it. That is so cool. Cure products. Looks like we have a nice deep soaking tub here. Love the marble on the wall right there. Lots of marble. That is really cool. And then we have a shower right here as well with just marble everywhere. God, this marble is so beautiful. So I have a lot to get to at this hotel. Before I do it, let's jump on this bed. Oh, this is pretty perfect. This is everything I look for in a Vegas bed. It's soft, with just a little bit of firmness. I'm gonna sleep like a baby on that, I can already tell. And also I do love that large white padded headboard, goes almost to the ceiling. Apparently Delano is how you say the name of the property, you know, just like Franklin, Delano, Roosevelt. I'm probably gonna use them interchangeably, kind of like tomato, tomato. Okay, I'm gonna digress on that. I have a lot to do today. If I get everything done today that I need to get done, it very well could be the most productive and epic Vegas day ever. I've been here for 2 nights, it's been pretty low key. What I did my first night is that I went right to the high stakes slot room. I'm gonna try to do that at every property, maybe not right in the beginning, but I'm gonna try to do that at least once at every property just to see what the high stakes slot rooms are like and to see if I can get Lady Luck on my side. She hasn't appeared yet. I've never lost money so fast actually. I went to like a double gold or triple gold machine. I just love the precious metal gold, and when I saw this gold slot machine, I'm like, yes, this is it. And I walked out of there 2 minutes later. $50 poor. Then on my first night here, I went over to Lupo. Lupo I was so excited about. It was a Wolfgang Puck Italian place. I've eaten at a lot of Wolfgang Puck restaurants. I actually didn't know we had an Italian place, and I was really excited, but I walked in and it was just kind of bland. It was kind of average. Dare I say underwhelming. It just really didn't have any edge or personality. The atmosphere was kind of boring. The menu was kind of limited. And the food was just mediocre. So if you're on site here at Mandalay Bay, yes, there is an Italian place. Could you do better in Vegas for Italian food? Absolutely. My meal did improve the second night while I was here. I went to Michael Mina's restaurant. I just ate at a Michael Mina restaurant in Miami at the JW Marriott Turnberry, and that was average. But I shook that off. I implemented amnesia. I went back to this place with an objective and clean slate, and I'm glad I did. It was one of the most diverse and cool dinners I've had in Vegas. So I just poked my way around the menu, and according to the bartender who's been there since day one, he said I ordered the best dishes from each different section. So I started with the cucumber martini. That has been on the menu since day one, since inception, which is like 15 years ago. He said it's one of their staple drinks, and it was really refreshing. It was great. I did have some lobster tacos. They were average after living in San Diego for a decade. I really wasn't that impressed, but if you do want some seafood tacos, specifically lobster, those are on the menu. Some other highlights of the meal were the oyster shooters. These oyster shooters were very important because the Bloody Mary sauce was developed by Michael Mina's wife. It's proprietary. Apparently it's a very famous sauce. You get 3 oysters in them and they go down the hatch. It had the salted, like flavored rim on it, and it was great. You could choose to put alcohol in those or not. I chose not to. But if you wanted to, it would certainly be one heck of a way to start your evening. And that brings me to this morning, and here's what I want to do today. It is about 9:15 in the morning. I'm going to go down to House of Blues, which is one of the coolest restaurants here on site. The decor is cool, And the menu is really flexible and really comprehensive. I'm gonna go down there for breakfast and order that. Then I wanna go to the pool and go to the gym. Then I wanna go to the Irish pub for lunch. Then I wanna go to Foundation Room, which is one of my favorite spots in all of Vegas. That's my day. It's really ambitious, but again, if I do it, it's gonna be the most productive Vegas day ever. All right, I'm on pace. I'm halfway through my day. I want to give this quick check-in right now because I didn't want to do all the events I talked about earlier and then recap them all at once. I think that'd be really too elongated. So I'm halfway through. It's 2 p.m. I went to House of Blues for breakfast this morning, and then I went to the pool, and then I went to the gym. So let's talk about all those very quickly. House of Blues for breakfast. House of Blues is probably one of the coolest spots to eat at Mandalay Bay. The atmosphere is very rock and roll, very cool, and then mishmashed with the aquatic, tropical, tranquil theme of Mandalay Bay. It's gonna be your typical American diner menu, you know what I'm talking about, with your chicken wings and your burgers and your breakfast. So don't expect any Michelin star caliber meals coming out of the place, but it's a great place to listen to some music, a great place to maybe watch a game, or just a phenomenal place to get a mimosa, Bloody Mary, or late night cocktail. The pool scene here is a sprawling campus, and it was quite the opposite from what I just experienced at Paris, which had one of the smallest pools I've ever seen. Mandalay Bay is huge, very family oriented, lots of crowds. I mean, they actually had like a wave pool and then they had beach sands. So they really take the beach theme, the Mandalay beach theme, to the next level. There's also a lazy river, there are a lot of cabanas. It pretty much has everything you're looking for in a Vegas pool scene. I will say for me personally, it's just a little too packed. It was a little too generic. If I were to go, I'd go back to Moria or Morea. That would be the 21 plus adult pool that's connected to it. That environment is a little bit more my speed, a little bit more tranquil, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more upscale, a little classier, and a little cooler. All right, it's my last morning here at Delano Mandalay Bay. This is my breakfast, this coconut thinger. I had one of these coconut thingers yesterday, and I've had them a lot on my channel. These are just so scrumptious. The one I had yesterday was the best tasting I've ever had, and today I found the biggest one I've ever seen. This thing's like the size of my head. I can't wait to try it out. That is gonna have to wait though, because I need to talk about my thoughts on the room. I need to give my rating and experience on the hotel. But before I do that, I want to talk about yesterday. The Irish pub was fantastic. It's probably as authentic of an Irish pub as you will find on the Vegas Strip. The decor and ambiance was very authentic. The beer list was great. It had at least 3 to 4 nitro options, which are my favorite. And the menu was very respectable. There were a lot of authentic Irish dishes, and they were home cooked. And that's the most important thing, because sometimes when you go to these Irish or British pubs, the meals are pre-prepared or perhaps even frozen, and that's not the case here. The meal here was home cooked, fresh, and amazing. For dinner, I went to one of my favorite spots, not just in Vegas, but in the world, Foundation Room. This place defines cool. It is, I think, like 60 floors up. It overlooks the entire strip. The ambiance is dark and sophisticated and funky and cool and vibrant and relaxing. The menu is great with a lot of creative cocktails. You can order food at the lounge bar, and if you want to have dinner, there's a full dinner menu available in the side-by-side dining room. As far as the room, there are a lot of positives here. The bed is one of the best I've ever been in Vegas. It was amazing. The bathroom was exceptional. The room was huge. It offered a ton of space, and the views from this Vista suite were absolutely breathtaking. The only thing I personally didn't like about the room was that it was a little too compartmentalized. I wish it was a little bit more wide open. And a drawback, though not for me, but maybe for somebody else, is the fact that there aren't any restaurants specifically on site at Delano. In fact, there isn't a casino as well. Now, Mandalay Bay is just a quick 2-minute stroll over there, but if you're looking to gamble or eat right outside the lobby bar, that's not going to be an option available at Delano. I stayed here years ago, and I must say that this property has aged very well. I think this is one of the best MGM properties, period. The rooms are upscale, modern, luxurious, and huge. The value is there because the price isn't that expensive. It's very affordable. Considering it's attached to Mandalay Bay, this is one of the best campuses in all of Vegas. There's so much to do in terms of attractions, eating, drinking, gambling, and nightlife. And overall, the vibe, ambience, and atmosphere is very comfortable. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to recommend it. This hotel offers a ton. You're never going to get bored here. It would cater to a business crowd, a family, a group of friends, a couple, and everything in between. This place has one of the best pools in all of Vegas. There's so much stuff to do, and you have a choice. Do you want to stay at the upscale, quiet, cooler, classier Delano, or do you want to maybe be in the more energetic and happening Mandalay Bay? Me personally, I prefer Delano, but check them both out for yourself. I recommend it. That's it for me. I'm on to the next hotel, and I'll see you in that video.